Once again, approaching top of the stretch, second race, Footaway Spats Barley had a Seaport City Elmer Doug Queen. Little Buffet with Ivan Davies, Eyes of Character Gary Vincent, Gate Time Judge Brian Moore, Holly Bat Herman Renault, Cordy Lehigh, Kim Cameron, Harmony Greenwood, John Davidson, A.C.'s Peter with Steve Mason. Here they come. They're off in Little Buffet to the top with Gate Time Judge up on the outside, challenging a second. Eyes of Character takes cover behind the leader, racing third on the rail. Harmony Greenwood is fourth on the outside. Then it is Willoway Spats, A.C.'s Peter, Gordy Lehigh on the outside. Port City Elmer, Holly Bat trails, and they race up the backstretch going to the quarter, and Gate Time Judge wings full, and he takes the lead. Then Little Buffet is racing second. Eyes of Character has the third. Harmony Greenwood racing fourth. Willoway Spats is fifth. Then Gordy Lehigh. A.C.'s of Peter. Port City Elmer, Holly Bat the quarter, 30 and 2/5. And around the top turn, Gate Time Judge leads the length. Little Buffet is second. Eyes of Character third. They're by the 3/8 now and springing to the stretch, and here they come. They're racing to the half. Up front with the lead, Gate Time Judge. Little Buffet is second. Eyes of Character third. Harmony Greenwood is fourth. And Little Buffet is off stride and on the run. And the trailers get by okay as they go racing out by the half. By the half in 103. Into the turn now for the second time. Gate Time Judge. Eyes of Character at his wheel, challenging a second. Harmony Greenwood's now racing third. Willoway Spats is fourth at by the 5/8. On the outside, parked all the way. Gordy Lehigh hangs a fifth. Then it's A.C.'s Peter, Little Buffet. Then Port City Elmer and Holly Bat trailing on to the 3/4. The two leaders are battling neck against neck. Gate Time Judge on the inside. Eyes of Character from the outside. 3/4, 1:35 and 2. Now Eyes of Character gets a nose in front. Eyes of Character by a head. Gate Time Judge. Harmony Greenwood moving third. Willoway Spats is fourth. And Little Buffet now fifth again, and they come for home. Eyes of Character, Gate Time Judge. Harmony Greenwood coming on. It's going to be Eyes of Character. Here they are at the line. Eyes of Character, Harmony Greenwood, Gate Time Judge. Willoway Spats gets fourth. And the time for the mile, 2:06 and 4. And parading now, the unofficial winner of our second race. It is number 4. Eyes of Character, brown pacing horse. He's 6 years. He is by characterized from La Femme. Owned by Leroy Vincent of St. John, trained and driven by Gary Vincent. Eyes of Character steps to his 13th winning trip this season, and that's his 5th winning trip in a row, and his fastest this season, 2:06 and 4. And the result of the second race is now official. Willoway Spats was 4th. Port City Elmer 8th. Little Buffet was 6th. Eyes of Character here, race winner. Gate Time Judge was 3rd. Holly Bat was 9th. Gordy Lehigh 7th. Harmony Greenwood 2nd. And A.C.'s Peter was 5th. And the race times were by the quarter, 30 and 2/5. At the half in 1:03. The 3/4, 1:35 and 2. And the time for the mile, 2:06 and 4. And we're all set down for the third race of Field of Night. Approaching the top of the stretch, we have Port City next with Gary Vincent. Hold the line with Randy Phillips, Crafty Star, Charlie Ross, Glenn Cross and Wally Hennessy, Duncan's Laverne with Elmore White, Tobic with Ivan Davies, Arbor Coaltown, Jody Hennessy, Power on Brian Moore, PHF Luella Owen Davies. Here they come. They're off, and Tobic from the outside goes to the top, and then Glenn Cross. Racing second on the inside. Crafty Star has third in the rail. Swinging round the turn, Glenn Cross again, but up on the outside again. And going to the top of this Tobic, he's the leader by the 8th. Glenn Cross racing a second. Crafty Star has a third. Rushing up on the outside, going on to 4th now. It is a Power on. Port City Nick racing a 5th. Then it is Hold the Line. as they go racing on by the quarter and they're by that marker. In 31 seconds, Tobic leads into the turn, power on. Up on the outside, he gets the second now. Glenn Cross his third. Crafty Star moving outside fourth with cover. Then Port City Nick is fifth on the rail. Arbor Coaltown moving sixth. Then it's Hold the Line. PHF Lavella and Duncan's Laverne trailing as they come to the half. 5 of them on the rail and 4 of them out and challenging. Up front with the lead, Tobic in power on. Lapped on them now, challenging second. Glenn Cross racing third. Crafty Star is fourth. They were by the half and 3. Then it's Port City Nick and Arbor Coaltown. Hold the Line, PHF Lavella and Duncan's Laverne, and around the turn they go. They race to the 5/8. They're by it now. It is Tobic. Power on, hanging second. Glenn Cross is third. Crafty Star out 3 wide, racing on from fourth. Right behind him goes, or outside of him goes Arbor Coaltown. He's 4 wide and rushing on as they go to the 3/4. And they are by that marker now. It's 1:35. It is Tobic and Arbor Coaltown strong on the outside. Now to the top. Arbor Coaltown. Tobic is racing a second. Glenn Cross is a third. Then Port City Nick is a fourth. They're at the head of the lane, and here they come, swinging home. Arbor Coaltown and Tobic and Glenn Cross and Port City Nick. It is Arbor Coaltown, Tobic, Glenn Cross, and here they are up the line. Arbor Coaltown, Tobic, then Glenn Cross, and Port City Nick gets fourth. And the time for the mile, 2:06 and 2. And parading now the unofficial winner of our third, it's number 7, Arbor Coaltown. A brown pacing gelding, he's 9 years by B.F. Coaltown from Ruth E.N. of the Clarence Breed of Charlottetown, trained and driven by Jody Hennessy. The horse scoring his third winning trip this season, pacing tonight in 2:06 and 2. And the result of our third race, it's now official. Port City Nick was 4th. Hold the Line 6th. Crafty Star was 7th. Glenn Cross 3rd. Duncan's Laverne was 8th. Tobic was 2nd. Arbor Coaltown, your race winner. Power on 5th, and PHF Lavella was 9th. The times, the quarter was in 31 seconds. The half at 1:03. 3/4, 1:35. Time for the mile, 2:06 and 2. And we're all set now for the 4th race. We have a field of 9 approaching the top of the stretch. There's Pure Smoke with Wally Hennessy, May Power, John Davidson, Joy Down, Steve Downey, Oblin Jake with Herm Renault, Jersey Classic, Dr. Hugh Baird, Fred's Dream with Fred Guidon, Quality Key, Elmore White, Art's Bad Penny with Tony Watson, Glengarry Drive with Ross McDonald. Here they come. There, off in Jersey Classic goes, pacing to the top, and then up in between horses, or up on the inside now, Pure Smoke is a little leader, and then up in between horses. Racing second, it's May Power. She goes to the rail, and Jersey Classic outside, racing on to second now, and Jersey Classic goes swinging for the lead. Pacing on the top, Pure Smoke, Jersey Classic challenging, goes to the top. Fred's Dreams is rolled off stride. It is Jersey Classic, the leader by the quarter, then Pure Smoke at May Power 3rd. Joy Down racing 4th. Art's Bad Penny is 5th. The quarter 31 and 2. Then it is Quality Key, Glengarry Drive, Oblin Jake, and Fred's Dream in the run. They come on by the 3/8 pole now. Swinging through the stretch, they come racing to the half, and it is Jersey Classic. Then Pure Smoke racing a second. May Power his 3rd. Joy Down is 4th. Art's Bad Penny, Quality Key, Oblin Jake moving on the outside, Glengarry Drive, and Fred's Dream as they go racing out by the half. They're by the half in 4 and 2, and into the turn they go. Racing now to the 5/8, pacing on top, Jersey Classic. Pure Smoke sits second, May Power 3rd. Art's Bad Penny now moves 4th on the outside, and up from second goes Pure Smoke. They go up the backstretch, racing to the 3/4, and Pure Smoke goes to the top. Jersey Classics racing is second. May Power driving out strong from 3rd. Joy Down his 4th. Art's Bad Penny, Quality Key, Glengarry Drive, and Oblin Jake. They were by the 3/4. 137 round the top turn. Pacing on top of this Pure Smoke, a length and a half. Then May Power driving strong second there by the 7/8 and heading home. Pure Smoke and May Power, Jersey Classic and Joy Town. Quality Key coming on. It is Pure Smoke. Now it is May Power. May Power, Pure Smoke. Here they are at the line. May Power, Pure Smoke. Then maybe Joy Town and Quality Key. And the time for the mile, 2:08 and 3. And parading now, the unofficial winner of the fourth. It's number 2, May Power. Bay pacing filly. She's 3 years. She is by Power Baron from Brenda's Rose. Owned, bred, and trained by Ken Masson of Rothsay with John Davidson driving. And the filly gets her first lifetime victory. Takes a maiden record of 2:08 and 3. Now the result of the fourth race, now official. Pure Smoke was second. May Power, your race winner. Joy Town fourth. Oblin Jake was seventh. Jersey Classic fifth. Fred's Dream was ninth. Quality Key third. Arts Bad Petty was eighth. Glengarry Drive sixth. Times quarter 31 and 2. Half 104 and 2. 3/4 137th, a mile 2:08 and 3. All set for the fifth race. Field of Fate, top of the stretch. Lonesome Pound, Jody Hennessy. Rockin' Beauty, Randy Phillips. Hasty Pick, Ron Robertson. Midwatch Melody, Rick Armstrong. Offshore Oil, John Davidson. Asian Senator, Ross McDonald. Champ Pyro, Herman Renault. Spring Idol, Brian Moore. Here they come. They're off Rockin' Beauty. Grabs the lead. Asian Senator challenging up a second. Lonesome Bound has a third. Offshore Oil is racing fourth. Spring Idol's off stride and on the run, trailing. Around the turn they go by the eighth pole now. Rockin' Beauty cuts it out. Asian Senator racing a second. Offshore Oil up on the outside, racing on from third. Goes to second, and Offshore Oil wings for and takes the lead. She's the leader now, moving out of the length. Rockin' Beauty a second. Asian Senator his third. Lonesome Bound is fourth. Midwatch Melody then moving up on the outside. Champ Pyro. That is Hasty Pick and Spring Idol trailing. They were by the quarter 32. Coming to the 3/8 pole, Offshore Oil, a length for the quarter. Rockin' Beauty out to challenge racing. Second as they come through the stretch and race to the half. It is Offshore Oil. Rockin' Beauty up on the outside, comes to the top, but Offshore Oil now Lonesome Bound gets to second and goes swinging for the lead as they go racing out by the half. They were by the half in 103 and 4. Round the turn they go to the 5/8. Rockin' Beauty. Lonesome Bound is on the outside, challenging a second. Offshore Oil third. Asian Senator fourth as they go by the 5/8. Then it is Champ Pyro, Midwatch Melody, Spring Idol, Hasty Pick trailing on to the 3/4. It is Rockin' Beauty a half length. Lonesome Bound a second. Offshore Oil is third. Champ Pyro's racing a fourth. Asian Senator is a fifth as they go into the top turn. 3/4 135 and 2. Round the top turn. Pacing on top, a length and a half, but it's Rockin' Beauty, Offshore Oil, Champ Pyro. Asian Senator, Midwatch Melody, Spring Idol, Hasty Pick, Lonesome Bound. They swing for home. Rockin' Beauty, Offshore Oil is coming on, so is Champ Pyro. But it's going to be Rockin' Beauty as they come to the line. Here they are. It is Rockin' Beauty. Too tight to call for second. Maybe Offshore Oil and Champ Pyro. Asian Senator gets a fourth. And the time for that mile, 2:07 and 2. And parading now, the unofficial winner of the fifth race, number 2, Rockin' Beauty. Bay pacing mare, 5 years. She's by Rocket Wave from Serene Wick. Owned by Jerry Thorne of Hampton, trained by Paul Brown. Randy Phillips catch driving, the mare getting her first winning trip this season, and she equals her win race record of 2:07 and 2. Now Randy Phillips makes a draw for another 20 pounds of strawberries from Dow Farms. Result of the fifth race, now official. Lonesome Bound was 8th. Rockin' Beauty, your race winner. Hasty Bick was fifth. Midwatch Melody, seventh. Offshore Oil, third. Asian Senator, fourth. Champ Firo, second. Spring Idol, sixth. Times quarter, 32 seconds. The half, 3 and 4. 3/4, 1:35 and 2. At the mile, 2:07 and 2. All set for the sixth race. Field of 8, top of the stretch. There's matchless winners with Brian Moore, Fenn Dillon, Don Bickford, Revelry N, Stan Nelson, Lady Tricia, Bill Nicholson Jr., B.J. Denver with Randy Phillips, B-Hawk and Wally Hennessy, Ulster Prince with Jody Hennessy, Freddie Dream and Gary Vincent, and here they come. They're off, and matchless winners. The leader in the rail, Lady Tricia, challenging on the outside, and Ulster Prince gets to third. Around the turn they go. They're battling neck and neck. On the inside, matchless winners on the outside, Lady Tricia, Ulster Prince racing third. Ben Dillon has a fourth. They go to the quarter, and Lady Tricia shows on top on the outside. By 3/4 of a length, matchless winners a second, Ulster Prince on the outside. Racing on up from third, Ben Dillon is fourth, Freddie Dream the fifth, then Revelry and B-Hawk, and the trailer B.J. Denver, quarter 29 and 3, and around the top turn they go. Pacing on top it is Lady Tricia, Ulster Prince. Up on the outside, left on the leader now bids for the top, and through the stretch they come. They're racing to the half, Lady Tricia and Ulster Prince. Then matchless winners racing a third. Fenn Dillon is a fourth. Freddie Dream, Revelry Inn starts to move. So does B-Hawk and B.J. Denver trailing the field. They're by the half. 1:01. Round the turn they go to the 5/8. Pacing atop Lady Tricia. Ulster Prince on the outside. They're neck and neck. And Ulster Prince now gets a nose in front as they leave the 5/8. On to the 3/4, Ulster Prince. Lady Tricia racing second. Freddie Dream a strong third. Matchless Winners is racing fourth. Revelry Inn, Fenn Dillon, B-Hawk, and B.J. Denver out of contention as they race on by the 3/4. By the 3/4, 1:33 out of the top turn, Ulster Prince. Freddie Dream to second, Lady Tricia third. Matchless Winners fourth. Revelry Inn, Fenn Dillon, and B-Hawk. At the 7/8, they come swinging for home. Ulster Prince is the leader. Freddie Dream to second. Lady Tricia is a third. Matchless Winners, Fenn Dillon coming up on the inside. Revelry Inn on the outside. Going to be Ulster Prince. Here they are at the line. Ulster Prince, Freddie Dream, Lady Tricia off stride on the run with contending horses lapped on. There'll be an inquiry in the time for the mile. 2:04 and 2. And parading now, the unofficial winner of the sixth race, number 7, Ulster Prince. He's a bay pacing gelding. He's 7 years by Timely Knight from Portacavala. And he's owned by Frankie Breed of Charlottetown, trained and driven by Jody Hennessy. That's the 4th winning trip this year for Ulster Prince. It's his fastest, 2:04 and 2. And the result of the sixth race, now official, matchless winners, finished 5th, he was placed 4th. Fenn Dillon 6th. Revelry Inn finished 4th, was placed 3rd by the judges. Number 4, Lady Tricia, finished 3rd, was placed 5th, set back for a lap on break at the finish with 2 contending horses lapped on. B.J. Denver was 8th, B-Hawk 7th, Ulster Prince, your race winner, and Freddie Dream was 2nd. Times the quarter, 29 and 3 1/2, 1:01. 3/4, 1:33, the mile, 2:04 and 2. And we're all set now for the 7th race. Field of 8 approaching top of the stretch. Fontana Joe with Wally Hennessy. Glengow Starling with Jody Hennessy. Sip Along Antelope, Stan Nelson. Trick Bag, Ross McDonald. Sis Beat Babe with Ivan Davies. Cedars Porter, John Davidson. 3D Dodger with Gary Vincent. Bozo's Son with Sam Hodgin. Here they come. They're off, and Sis B. Babe grabs the lead. Trick Bag racing up on the inside, and Glengow Starling's racing a 3rd of the rail. Trick Bag is through on the inside, takes command. Sispy Babe racing up second. Cedars Porter outside, racing on third. 3D Dodger 3 wide gets to fourth. Up the backstretch they go, racing for the quarter. Trick Bag the leader. Cedars Porter goes for it, takes it, and 3D Dodger goes with him. It is Cedars Porter now. 3D Dodger racing a second. Trick Bag has third. Sispy Babe racing fourth. Glengal Sterling is fifth. Fontella Joe, Sip Along Antelope. Bozo Sun trails. They're by the quarter, 30 and 2/5. Around the top turn, Cedars Porter the leader. Trick Bag is second. 3D Dodger parked, racing third. Moves to the rail now as they come through the stretch and race on to the half. Coming to the half, it is a Cedars Porter. Then a Trick Bag, and up on the outside, here comes Glengal Sterling on to second, and she goes bringing for the lead as they go racing on by the half. Cedars Porter and Glengal Sterling, the half, 102 and 1. Around the turn, they go to the 5/8. Cedars Porter on the inside. Glengal Sterling on the outside gets a nose and top. Then Fontella Joe goes to third. Trick Bag is now fourth. Sispy Babe moves to fifth. Then on the rail, 3D Dodger, Sip Along Antelope. Bozo Sun trailing as they go to the 3/4. It is Glengal Sterling a length. Cedars Porter racing is second. Fontella Joe driving third. 133 and 4 by the 3/4 and around the top turn. Glengal Sterling with Fontella Joe driving up second. Then Cedars Porter is third. Trick Bag is fourth. Up the head of the lane, they spring for home. Glengal Sterling. Fontella Joe driving up a strong second coming on. Cedars Porter is third. Sip Along Antelope and Bozo Sun. Gonna be Glengal Sterling. Here they are at the line. Glengal Sterling, Fontella Joe, then Cedars Porter and Bozo Sun. And the time for the mile, 2:06 and 2. Winner of the 7th race, number 2, Glengal Sterling. A bay pacing mare, 6 years, by Dominion Bird from Glance Again. Owned by Art Craig of Croppo, Prince Edward Island, trained and driven by Jody Hennessy. The mare gets her first winning trip this season, pacing in 2:6 and 2. Now the result of the 7th race, now official. Fontella Joe was second. Glengal Sterling, your race winner. Sip Along Antelope was 5th. Trick Bag, 7th. Sispy Babe was 6th. Cedars Porter, 3rd. 3D Dodger was 8th. Bozo Sun was 4th. Times a quarter, 30 and 2/5. The half, 102 and 1. At 3/4, 133 and 4. The mile, 2:06 and 2. And we're all set now for the 8th race. The Dow Farms pace, a field of 8. Top of the stretch. Le Beaubier, Steve Mason, Shalom Allison, Stan Nelson. Glengal Kenana with John Davidson, Heather LaBelle, Wally Hennessy. Yankee Sealster, Ivan Davies, Riverview Boy, Sam Hodgen. Legitimate Power, Mike Doyle, Glengal Major, Jody Hennessy. Here they come. They're off, and Heather LaBelle grabs the lead. Glengal Major up challenging fourth. Yankee Sealster has a third. Riverview Boy racing a fourth. Shalom Allison is 5th. Glengal Kenana works up 6th on the outside. Then Le Beauvier and Legitimate Power trails, but is on the move, and they go up the backstretch onto the quarter, and Glengal Major goes to the top, moves out of length. Heather LaBelle the 2nd. Yankee Sealster 3rd. Riverview Boy is 4th. Rushing up now 5th. On the outside goes Glengal Kenana. Shalom Allison's on the rail. Legitimate Power outside. Le Beauvier trails on the rail. They're by the quarter, 30 and 4/5, and around the top turn, Glengal Major by 2. Heather LaBelle racing 2nd. Yankee Sealster 3rd. Glengal Kenana gets to the rails. He's racing 4th. And through the stretch now, they come driving on to the half. Pacing on top, Glengal Major, Heather LaBelle, Yankee Sealster. Riverview Boy comes to 4th. Then Legitimate Power. He's been parked. He's now 5th. Then it's Glengal Kenana, Le Beauvier, Shalom Allison, and they were by the half, 102 and 1. Around the turn they go to the 5/8. Glengal Major by 2. Heather LaBelle racing a 2nd. Then the Yankee Sealster. Riverview Boy 4th on the outside. Legitimate Power parked to 5th. Then it's Glengal, Kenana, LeBeauvier, Shalom Allison. On to the three-quarters, Glengal, Major Batu. Heather Lobel, the second, Yankee Sealster. Riverview Boy, Legitimate Power, Glengal, Kenana, LeBeauvier, and Shalom Allison, three-quarters, 133 and 4. Coming to the 7/8, Glengal, Major, Heather Lobel closing in on him. Yankee Sealster third, Riverview Boy is fourth. At the head of the lane, they swing her home. It is Glengal, Major. Heather Lobel driving up a strong second. She's coming on. It is Glengal, Major, Heather Lobel. They're neck and neck. Here they are at the line. Heather Lobel, Glengal, Major, Legitimate Power, and LeBeauvier gets fourth. And the time for the mile, 2:04 and 2. Out of the wire now, receiving the Dow Farms cooler, number 4, Heather Lobel. They pacing mare 4 by Nero from Hallucinating. On the Bertan Cormier at Cocan, trained and driven by Wally Hennessy. The mare getting her third winning trip this season tonight, 2-4 and 2. And the folks from Dow Farms with us joining trackside in the cooler presentations. Congratulations, Heather Lobel and Wally Hennessy winning the Dow Farms pace. Result of the 8th, now official, LeBeauvier 4th. Shalom Allison 8th. Glengal Kenana 6th. Heather Lobel, your race winner. Yankee Sealster 7th. Riverview Boy 5th. Legitimate Power 3rd. Glengal Major 2nd. Times quarter 30 and 4/5. Half 102 and 1. Three-quarters 133 and 4. Mile 2-4 and 2. And we're all set now for our 9th race for the field of 8. Cherry Twist has been scratched. Approaching the top of the stretch, Denny's Nad and Gary Vincent. Change cover, Kim Cameron. Dandelion with Tony Watson. What a Dixie and Brian Moore. Brighton Toot with John Davidson will be Sly Babe and Sean Shannon. Hill Wind Rebel with Colleen Clancy. Cynthia Jean with Herman Renault. Here they come. Clear off Brighton Toot, wings 4, grabs the early lead. Dandelion is racing as second. Denny's Nat up on the inside is a third. Will be Sly Babe moving the outside, racing a 4th. What a Dixie is 5th, and Shane's cover Hill Wind Rebel. Cynthia Jean trailing. They're by the 8th, and it's on to the quarter now. Racing up front, Brighton Toot. Dandelion second. Will be Sly Babe driving on from third, goes on. Is now second and goes winging for the top. Brighton Toot and Will be Sly Babe, they are neck and neck as they race on by the quarter. Will be Sly Babe takes the lead. Quarter 31 and 1. Out of the top turn will be Sly Babe, the leader. Brighton Toot is second. Now Hill Wind Rebel on the outside comes to second. Brighton Toot racing third. Dandelion fourth. What a Dixie. Shane's cover. They swing on through the stretch, come driving on to the half. On the inside will be Sly Babe with Denny's Nad up on the outside. They're neck and neck, and Denny's Nad coming to the top. Denny's Nad and will be Sly Babe, and then Brighton Toot third. Dandelion up moving from fourth. Then What a Dixie, Hill Wind Rebel. Then Shane's cover, Cynthia Jean. They were by the half. 102 and 3. Round the turn they go, racing on to the 5/8. Pacing on top now, Denny's Nad. He's up for 2. Will be Sly Babe a second. Brighton Toot has a third. Dandelion is a 4th. Shane's cover locked in 5th. What a Dixie out 3 wide going on. Hill Wind Rebel and Cynthia Jean trails on the rail as they race to the 3/4. Denny's Nad the leader as they go by that marker. Brighton Toot to second now. Will be Sly Babe has third. Dandelion, Shane's cover. 135 and 3 by the 3/4. Round the top turn, Denny's Nad, Brighton Toot. Closing it on the leader, racing second. Will be Sly Babe, Shane's cover now 4th. Dandelion 5th. They hit the head of the lane and swing for home. Denny's Nad the leader. Brighton Toot driving up, coming on. Denny's Nad and Brighton Toot is coming on. Denny's Nad holding. Here they are at the line. Gonna be Denny's Nad. Brighton Toot. Cynthia Jean gets third. And Shane's cover 4th. And the time for the mile, 2:08. And parading now the unofficial winner of the night, number 2, Denny's Nad. A big pacing horse, he's 6 years by Brett's Valor from Midnight Rainbow. owned by Gene O'Connor of St. John and trained by Gene O'Connor. Gary Vincent driving, the horse scoring his 4th winning trip this year at the mile in 2:08. And the result, 9th race, now official. Cherry Twist scratch. Denny's Nad, your race winner. Shane's Cover 4th. Dandelion was 5th. And What a Dixie 8th. Brighton Toot was 2nd. Will Be Sly Babe 6th. Hillwind Rebel 7th. Cynthia Jean 3rd. Times a quarter 34 and 1, the half 102 and 3. A 3/4 135 and 3, and the mile in 2:08. All set now for the 10th and final field of 9. Approaching top of the stretch, Bold Power, Ross McDonald, Blythe Lobo, John Davidson, Victory Hill, Wally Hennessy. Gaff's got to go with Ivan Davies, Power, Jimmy Elmore White, Glittering Bird with Tony Haig, Brighton Skillet, Don McDougall, All About Irish, Owen Davies, Brother Links with Gary Vincent. Here they come. They're off Victory Hill and All About Irish rushing for the lead. They're neck and neck as they swing into the turn, and Victory Hill keeps it on the inside. All About Irish up strong on the outside and challenging. Racing round the turn, Victory Hill holding that lead, 3/4 of a length, and All About Irish up challenging for it, and he's going for and takes it now. All About Irish, Victory Hill racing second, Blythe Lobo third. Gaff's going to go as 4th, Glittering Bird Park to 5th. Then Brother Links, Bold Power, Jimmy Brighton Skillet trails as they race out by the quarter. They were fighting 31 and 3. Around the top turn, All About Irish and Victory Hill second, Blythe Lobo. Out moving now, racing third, coming on. Then Glittering Bird behind him with coverage. He's racing 4th as they reach the top of the stretch. Through the line they come racing to the half. All About Irish on the inside. Blythe Lobo up on the outside. They're neck and neck. Glittering Bird now 3rd. Victory Hill is at 4th. Brother Links is on the move to 5th. That is Gaff's going to go. Bold of Power, Jimmy at Brighton Skillet trailing. At the 5 1/2 and 3 and 4 around the turn they go. Racing now to the 5/8 Blythe Lobo. Off stride and on the run, going up on the outside to the top, Glittering Bird. She's the leader as they go to the 3/4. Glittering Bird and Brother Links and Bold Power now 3rd. Then the Blythe Lobo, Victory Hill. Then it's All About Irish, Power, Jimmy. Gaff's got to go, Brighton Skillet. Racing by the 3/4, 2 leaders neck and neck, now Bold Power. He's the leader on the outside. Glittering Bird racing 2nd, Victory Hill driving up 3rd. Brother Links is 4th, Blythe Lobo 5th. At the 7/8, Bold Power leads for 2 1/2. They head for home now. Bold Power pacing on top. Victory Hill and Glittering Bird and Brother Links. Bold Power and Victory Hill is coming on, and Brother Links is, and here they are at the line. Bold Power, Victory Hill, Brother Links, and Glittering Bird gets 4th. And the time for the mile, 2:09 and 1. And parading now, the unofficial winner of our 10th race, it's number 1, Bold Power. Bay Pacing Gelding, he's 4 years. He is by Power Baron out of Bold Model. Owned, trained, and driven by Ross McDonald of St. John. The colt gets his first winning trip this season. And tonight he steps to a new win race record of 2:09 and 1. And the result of the 10th is now official. Bold
1500th race of his career. It was